Greetings, guys, gals, and non-binary pals. Welcome back to the Amazing Plant Project. My name's Kate, and today is Amazon Rainforest Day. In light of recent events and continued fires in the region, I thought today would be a good time to visit the history of the place and emphasize its importance and significance. The rainforest may have origins as far back as 55 million years ago, and probably had initial growth 56 million to 33.9 million years ago. What we know today as the Amazon River may have been connected to the Proto-Congo river system of what is today Zaire, when the continents were part of Gondwana. This initial foundation appears to have occurred during the Eocene epoch, a period heralded by an increase in the C12 isotope and concluded by a mass extinction event known as the Great Break, or the Great Break in Continuity. Though it has evolved as the geology has changed, the forest has been extant in some form since this time. Once the Atlantic was sizable enough and warm enough, it provided a warm, moist climate for the fledgling rainforest. Though the region maintained a lack of savanna grassland for millennia, occasional climate fluctuation has allowed grasslands to appear in the past 34 million years. While its range has shifted dramatically over time, the Amazon rainforest region has remained as a diverse network of ecosystems, providing a haven for the region's many denizens for millennia. Even in the depths of the last ice age, high species diversity was maintained, though much of the forest land reverted to savanna and montane foliage for the duration. It is believed that during the mid-Eocene, the basin was split by the Puris Arch, causing the Amazon to flow half to the Atlantic and half toward the Pacific, across the Amazonas basin. 15 million years ago, the Andes Range was formed by the South American and Nazca plates colliding, linking the Brazilian and Guianan bedrock shields. This blocked the river and caused a great inland sea to form, gradually becoming a freshwater lake and providing a habitat for the Amazon's iconic freshwater aquatic life that has since evolved. Over time, the water eroded the sandstone around the lake, before spilling out as a river again across the Amazonas basin. This was about 10 million years ago, and the beginning of what we know today to be the present rainforest. The lake drained, becoming a river, and 3 million years later, the waters separating the Americas receded enough that animals could migrate from the North American continent southward across what is now Mesoamerica. According to the archaeological record, 35 to 32,000 years ago, humans first arrived in the region, integrating into the forest ecosystems they found themselves in. 6,000 years ago, water levels rose to 130 meters, causing the river to essentially become a giant, very long freshwater lake. Currently, 2/3 of this ecological marvel lies in Brazil. This ancient forest produces 20% of all the planet's oxygen. Interestingly, studies have shown that over half of the dust, about 56%, that provides fertilizer for the Amazon comes from the Badel Depression in northern Chad, in the Sahara Desert. It contains phosphorus and is needed to replace what is washed away by rains and floods. NASA's Calypso satellite estimates that about 15% of the dusts released, or 22 million tons of Sahara dust, are deposited in the Amazon each year, though that might change as erosion patterns change. This same forest is still burning. As of filming this on Monday, September 2nd, the Brazilian National Space Research Institute, or INPE, has identified 2,000 new fires within the rainforest alone, barely 48 hours after the government-sanctioned ban on burning in the region. INPE has furthermore identified that of the nearly 89,000 fires started this year, 52% have been within the rainforest. The indigenous the indigenous people of the region are witnessing their ancestral homes, ecologically, culturally, economically, and spiritually significant, being destroyed. The carnage from the fires has been likened to war zones. Animal remains and burned-out trees littering the once lush forest floor. Meanwhile, Brazil's president, Jair Bolsonaro, is, according to the latest reports, still refusing the UN's $22 million aid agreed upon at the G7 summit, unless French President Emmanuel Macron apologizes for calling his climate-denying, indigenous community endangering self rude. In theory, thousands of troops have been deployed to fight the fires and enforce the new regulations. However, new fires still rage in an already vulnerable place. Only time will tell, but it has been proven that keeping a public eye on him and his administration is effective. That is not the ultimate solution, but if the rainforest, wider region, and current governmental policies are visible to the rest of the world, there is also less likelihood of atrocity being brushed under the rug, as it has in the past. The fires do not just impact Brazil, nor does the Amazon only extend within those borders. The region is important to the entirety of our planet, and thereby all her inhabitants. Happy Amazon Rainforest Day, everyone. It is our duty to protect our planet and help her heal. It is time to act. Whether you are listening to this on a podcasting platform or watching this on YouTube, there will be links, sources, and resources posted below in the description box. If this kind of content is something you'd like to see more of, I urge you to subscribe, and if on YouTube, make sure to tick all notifications via the bell icon. Thank you all for tuning in. Till next time, this is Kate, signing off.